Hi guys, we're a little bit early, but we can start already. So if you go on to Membean, you have a Membean quiz. Go ahead and take that, and then we'll get started. Can you turn on your cameras, please? Alicia, where are you? Hey. Okay, do a Membean quiz. Kala, I heard you're in the gym. You look warm, Kala. Holy smokes, this morning was freezing. I was like, what the heck? I was gonna go work out, and I was like, no, I'm not. I'm gonna stay inside. Okay. What is that? Holy smokes, that's like 2 pounds of poke. You know how expensive that is? It's like $30 right there.
My grandma works at Safeway.
They have good poke there. And bread and cheese. Okay, go ahead and take your Membean quiz. Alicia, focus so you can take your Membean quiz and get a good score on it, okay? Kaheleolani, jump onto Membean. We're taking our Membean quiz. So Josh, you know what we're doing right now? Okay. Okay, how's it going? You guys good? Everybody good? You guys done? Kind of? All right, so let's go through this then. Where's Alicia? Alicia, are you done with your 3, 2, 1? Okay. All right, so let's go ahead. We're gonna go around. We'll just, since we're a cozy little class, we're just gonna stay in our main room here. Okay, and let's go ahead and talk about our 3, 2, 1s. We want to share out basically what you thought was interesting. So Alicia, at least you can do this part, yeah? You watched the video. I thought you were taking notes on the video. Yeah. Okay, so you can share that out. Yeah. 3 things that you thought were interesting about George Helm, maybe 2 questions, and then you just can't do the last part. But if you read, then you should be able to at least talk about something. Okay, so let's have you go first.
Okay, so interesting about George Helm, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I thought it was cool that he like put um all this Aloha Aina stuff like before everything else, and he treated it as like a like wait. I don't know. It's just cool that he made like all of his music about loving the land and taking care of it and like all that kind of stuff. And then how he sacrificed his life to save like Koho'olawe and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. And then I couldn't read because I didn't have my book.
Yeah, but the PDF is online, so
It is?
yep.
Oh, where?
Just Google Lord of the Flies PDF. Okay, so let's try to get this started here. I'm gonna just share what I wrote, and so I can model for you guys what I expect out of you guys. So here are my 3 details from George Helm that I thought were really interesting. So what you want to do is just talk about it. Okay, this is like us trying to be better communicators um, in a group discussion or group share out. So the 3 details of George Helm that I thought were interesting was that he inspired and connected people to care about Aloha Aina issues through music. I thought that was really cool. So in the video, when he brought his guitar in, the kupuna never like hear what he had to say, but once he started playing the music and then cracked a joke, that was his in. Yeah, so he was able to reach a lot of people that way. Number 2, George only worked on or focused on the Kaho'olawe protests for only a year. You know, that was a big part of his life, but what I thought was interesting that it was only a year when it seemed like, 5 years or something like that. Only 1 year, and that had a big impact. Um, what's cool about that is that he was just one of many people trying to help Kaho'olawe. Okay, and then the third and final interesting detail of George Helm was was just that he grew up on Molokai, right? And he was able to see firsthand the bombing, the shaking of the ground while the bombs are going off. So you can see, yeah, from Molokai, you can see Kaho'olawe, right? It's kind of like when we go to maybe like Kauai High side and you can see Maui, right? But it's way closer. like way closer. Okay. There's that. The two questions that I had regarding George Helm was that I just wonder what he could have accomplished in his lifetime had he survived, and lived a full life. Would he have been like one of those like kupuna up on a mauna, like Walter Riddy was up there? So you guys remember the guy with the tank top, inside the church, right? That was depicted as he was depicted as Walter Riddy. Number two, how can we create a love for the land like George did, right? So how do we foster that? And then my connection to Lord of the Flies was this, right? I see how George's values and then Aina and Kaliko's values, right? So those are the two guys that helped make the film Hawaiian Soul, yeah? You see how their values could help Jack in chapter 9, right? Jack does not have those values that George, Aina, and Kaliko have. On page 151, Jack asks the rest of the boys, who will join my tribe? This is a moment when Jack uses meat and hospitality, like I guess a false sense of hospitality, right? To leverage his his power. And that's so not Pono. Why? Because he kind of let Ralph and Piggy in and said, here, have some meat, right? And then use that against them, right? There's no way that George, Aina, and Kaliko have those kind of values. And that might have gone a long way with Jack, but I think Jack is just a different type of person. Okay, so anyway, let's see who is next. Let's see. Kahele Olani, go ahead and share out your 3, 2, 1.
I said that I thought it was interesting that he uses music to bring people together. And I said that he could see the bombings from Molokai and feel it. And I thought it was cool how he then became an advocate, I guess, for to stop the bombings on Ko'olawe and protect it. And then questions I had was, I wonder how George would feel about where Ko'olawe today. Not literally, but how things have changed since then.
Mm-hmm.
And then I also wondered what his favorite part about playing music was and what caused him to continue to do it, since he was a kid.
Right.
And then my connection is that I think that Ralph could represent the protectors of Ko'olawe while Jack could represent the military, because Ralph seems to, in the recent chapters, I guess, Ralph tries to protect what they have and what they've built, but Jack kind of strays away from him and the rules and yeah.
Wow, that's a really good connection there. Yeah, just the way the differences of handling the earth, right? Handling the way they treat the land. Very interesting. Kahela Lani, that was a very good response. Okay, who's next? Hayden, go ahead.
The first detail I have is that George was, he was an advocate for Aloha Aina, and he found that the best way for him to spread his cause was through music, and he was also part of the Protect Ko Ho'olawe protest. Two questions I had was, what would George have done during the Ole TNT protests? And also, how will George impact the future generations? Is he going to be forgotten, or is he going to become a legend or something? I don't know. I don't think I have the best connection, but I talked about the scene where Ralph spits water at Piggy, and Piggy gets mad and shows how, in the beginning, Piggy was someone with aloha, but by now he's breaking already. And I think if all the boys just learn how to treat each other correctly, they wouldn't start, they'll be on a better path.
Right. And that's one of the big lessons that George brings to the next generation of hopefully Aloha Aina patriots or just the next generation, right? Is that how do we treat each other, right? I think he understood the power of we, right? And not me, right? That is something that's kind of lacking on the island at this point in the story. Okay, thank you, Hayden, for sharing. Okay, Josh, you go ahead.
My three details of George Helm is felt eager about sharing aloha with the younger generation. He had a mountain love of his culture and made music about it. And he was raised on Molokai. My questions are: who taught him how to play music, and did his message affect us now?
Okay.
Okay. And my connection to the Lord of the Flies was when George Helm talks about Aloha Aina, he always brings up we, meaning that we have to work together in order to help our Aina. This connects to page 138. Trouble is, we haven't got enough people for a fire. You got to treat Samnak as one turn. They do everything together.
Mm-hmm. So this is one of the reasons why we're going through this response, okay? Because like this is a really good connection. The one thing that I need you guys to do is exactly what Josh did. We need this lead in, yeah? Like this connects, right? To page 138, right? So Josh, you might have to go and like do some, just edit a little bit, yeah? Let's go ahead and even Hayden, okay, you gotta capitalize the names of people, right? Gotta make sure that you have a capital W for who, right? And then a question mark, and then capital D for did, and a question mark, right? All these little things, I need you guys to really do that, right? We don't talk a lot about conventions and grammar, but I still expect you guys to do a good job with that. Okay. The other thing is this. Okay, Josh did a good job with providing a direct quote. I need to see direct quotes. So going back to Kaheleaulani's example, you have a really good response, but you're missing the direct quotes. I want you to go back and hit those three buttons at the top right, and then go ahead and make your edit. Okay. This is a very good direct quote. The trouble is we haven't got enough people, right? And then how they have to treat Sam and Eric as one turn because they do everything together, right? Josh, you got to follow it up, right, with an elaboration. So go ahead and add to that as well, right? And you can take it from any angle because you can talk more about Sam and Eric, or you can talk about how the concept of we, right? That concept of we is a very important concept growing up in Hawaii. Because if you don't have that concept, yikes. Okay, let's see. Caleb, you shared already, yeah? No, you never. Okay, go ahead. Sorry, Caleb, I skipped you. Okay, go ahead.
My three details are George Helm loved music and played as a kid. He was bullied for his voice by his peers, and he grew up on Molokai, but then he moved to Oahu to attend St. Louis High School. And my two questions are: did he actually die from like the voyage? How they talked about it in the documentary, I'm pretty sure. And what was his favorite song he wrote? And my connection to the Lord of the Flies is on page 119, chapter 8. Jack is running away from the group, and he said, "I don't want to play anymore." So like what Josh said, like the kids need to kind of like put their pride aside and kind of work as a team. And like in the movie, George Helm, like he was in the church and he said like us Hawaiians must stay strong and like work together. So like I feel like the kids on the island could learn that from him to like work as a team.
Mahalo for sharing. Yeah, I'm hoping that you guys got something out of watching that short movie. Every once in a while, things will just pop up, and sometimes we gotta put aside like what I had planned in class because what popped up was way cooler than what we would have been doing. So I mahalo you guys for being real patient or being able to be adaptive at that point, because I don't know, I would be really sad if you guys missed that movie. You can't see it, like you can't jump on YouTube and see it. Like you gotta, right now it has to be like for special showing only. Okay, so you guys who saw it, I mean, consider yourselves lucky. People actually want to see the George Helm movie. Okay, so pretty good. Okay, Kalahi Kiola, I think you're the last person to share.
My three takeaways from his story is his love for music and how he was able to express himself through music. Second is his connection to the land, and in the story how it said like that was the first time he felt the land cry, so he's kind of able to like understand. And the third was that he did not talk Hawaiian, but still was able to like be Hawaiian. Like, yeah. Two questions I have was, how has his story influenced Aloha Aina movements, not only in Hawaii but across the world? And are there any other projects besides the Koho'olawe bombings that George Helm like contributed to? And the quote was from chapter 9, where it says, "Take them some meat." Jack says this to Ralph after they catch a pig. So they kind of like put their differences aside, and this relates to the story because kind of shows like how George Helms, in the story it said George Helms like his goal was for the Lahui to come together. So this kind of showed like how they were able to come together, just put all their differences aside, kind of. And yeah.
Okay, mahalo. Let me see. What I mean, just super cool. I'm really glad you guys got the chance to know George. I mean, like we gotta keep his story alive. Clearly, I don't know if you guys got emotional, like the songs that they chose to play during the video. I mean, I was just like, oh, I feel like my goodness, I'm crying. Like, good thing I have a mask on. Like I could, like I was like, pull it together. Like I don't know. It was just, you could just feel how passionate he was about saving Koho'olawe, right? It's like the bombs were bombing him, right? Like the bombs were bombing his ancestors, right? Pretty cool. So my question to you is, right? You guys know we have bombing on our island. Where?
The military base, is that like the one in Kona or something? I always see it like there's big areas of smoke.
Right, and you can hear it. Actually, it's on your way to Kona, right? It's on Saddle Road. So before, like after you pass that Pohakuloa Training Center, if you're headed down towards like Kona side, right? You're headed that way, in that direction. After you pass Pohakuloa Training Center, on the left. Oh no. On the left-hand side. What? What did you see in the background? We lost power, obviously. Can you hear me? Oh, Josh, you can hear me. Yeah. So anyway, we lost power, but for some reason our Wi-Fi still works, which is really weird. Anyway, so, oh, never mind. And then there was light. I hope we don't lose. Anyway, so flip. Okay. Oh, so my computer's freaking out. Okay. So anyway, my question to you guys is this. Is Pohakuloa and our mauna, our Koho'olawe of our time, right? I don't know if we can ever stop them from bombing up there, right? Not sure. Anyway, when you submit, I don't know, Kala, I don't see your response. Did you submit your response?
Yes.
Oh, where is it? At the bottom, like.
Yes, it's on the bottom.
Oh, okay. Now I see it. Okay. All right. Right on. You guys can kind of scroll back up, and then you're gonna see like I was kind of looking for like a paragraph. Yeah. So like we're looking for more of a response. Okay. Quite interesting. If you guys look at Koike's, which is, I don't know, right below Kamakani's and right in between Malie's. Super interesting how he connected George to Simon. Okay, so you can kind of read through what your other classmates in the other class thought. Okay. All righty, let's move on. Okay, so now what we're gonna do, okay, so now that we kind of have these George Helm vibes going on, I wanna go back to chapters 8 and 9, okay? So I'm gonna break you guys up into either small groups or individual groups. Okay, oh, actually, I need 4. So let's see. So let's see. I'm gonna move. Did anybody not read? Yeah, I know you. Yeah, anybody else not read? Everybody else got to read? Okay. Mhm. All right, here we go. All right, so question number 1 will be for Kaheleaolani. So if you guys look at questions for chapters 8 through 9, you guys see that? To look on your canvas. It's the next part of the module. So we have is questions for chapters 8 and 9. So Kaheleaolani, your question is going to ask in chapter 8, what does the fire symbolize at this point for Ralph's boys in comparison to Jack's tribe? Okay. Number 2 will be for Kalahikiola, and that is in chapter 8, what is the gift for the darkness? Explain who finds it and what happens. Okay, in room 3, this is going to be question number 3, and that's going to be for Alicia and Caleb. Alicia, did you get the PDF up and running so that you can help Caleb? You guys can help each other. Okay, so number 3, explain how William Golding incorporates foreshadowing that leads, it should say to the end of chapter 9. Okay, so there's that. And then Josh and Hayden, you're going to be answering number 4. What happened to Simon? Why did it happen? And who's to blame? Okay, everybody good? Okay, I'm gonna have you guys like time yourselves. It shouldn't take more than 10 minutes to answer this question. I want it to be done in a paragraph. Okay, let's keep it to a 5-sentence maximum. Okay, so be really precise with your language. Okay, ready? Go. Kala, you have your book?
No, but I have the PDF up.
Okay, very good. Okay, so go to chapter 8. So where are you? Are you at grandma's house?
Yeah, I'm at my papa's house.
Hello, I know where Caleb is. He's right over there. Yeah, your papa's house. Okay. So did you find the PDF? It's pretty easy to find. Okay. All right. And then you guys only need to create one response. So just work on it together. So you might want to just share your screen and like tell each other what to write. Somebody type. Okay. And you know what foreshadowing is now? Did you learn it in middle school? What? Right? It's like events.
Actually, maybe I did.
Yeah, I'm sure you did because I used to teach middle school and we teach this in middle school. So the foreshadowing, right? They're hints as to help to predict what's to come, right?
I'm like pretty sure the foreshadowing is the storm. How they're talking about the storm about to come. I think like the storm represents like them getting like, kind of chaos and end up killing Simon.
Okay. How you guys doing on your question?
I'm starting to type it out,
Okay.
but
Do
it's
both of
basically
us
just
have to type
the
it out or
boy's
just one
fault.
of us?
Oh,
What?
And do
I
both of
said
us?
it. Never mind. You go, Josh. Hurry up.
Do both of us have to type it out or just one of us?
Just one. So just help him. So you can share your screen with each other. Okay. So one of you guys share your screen and one types or whatever. Hi, hello, Lani. How you doing? Just checking.
I just finished writing
Okay.
it.
Okay. So what did you talk about?
I said that for Ralph, the fire that they built could represent like how he continues to hope for like not only to be rescued but for his group because kind of like needs it right now. And then I thought that the fire for Jack could be like because like fires can like kind of be uncontrollable, and I feel like Jack and his group are starting to become like I don't know the word, like unhinged, I guess.
Yeah, unhinged, savage,
And
uncivilized. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so you might want to add those words in. Yeah. So can the fire have multiple meanings behind it?
yeah,
Yeah. Okay, so go back and like kind of fix it. I gave you that question because it's actually pretty complex, right? Because it means different things to different groups. Yeah. Even Piggy too. So maybe you can find out like what are the multiple symbols for this fire. Yeah. Okay. It's definitely like, the fire's dying out, right? They need the fire, but what does that symbolize like to different people? Okay. And then don't forget to add in a direct quote. Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Awesome. Kala, how's it going?
Kind of good.
Okay, what's up?
By find the darkness, what do you mean by that? Like who found the darkness?
Yeah, explain who finds the dark, finds it, finds the gift
The
of the,
gift.
yeah, the gift for the darkness. What is it? What is it? Do you remember?
No, not really.
Did you read this weekend?
Yes.
Okay, so go to
Yeah.
chapter 8. What is it? Explains who finds it. What happens? Go back and look. What is the thing that? What is the gift for the beastie, basically?
Is that the offering?
What is the offering?
Was that the pig's head?
Yeah. Who found it? So who finds it though later?
Simon.
Yes. And then what happens to him?
Oh, he gets like traumatized. And
Yeah, and then he what?
collapse.
Yeah, he passes out and hits his head.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. This I need a direct quote, okay?
Okay.
Brother, if you read, you would have known.
Commotion. Commotion. Commotion.
On the
That's how you spell
island.
that, right?
I think so. I told you for chaos, but that was too.
You know what? I'm gonna laugh at you every time you say my name wrong. I don't appreciate how much you say my name wrong.
What is your name?
I'm not telling you because me and Kala laugh at you all the time about it.
I don't care. Alicia.
No, I hate that.
What
My
is
cousin walked in.
it?
And
Alicia?
anyway, she walked in and you said my name and she started bust laughing. I was like, what? She's like, she calls you Alicia? I was like, yeah.
Well,
She's
how
been
do you
calling me
pronounce
Alicia
your
for the
name?
past
From day one.
Alyssa.
Alyssa.
I told you my name 5 times.
Oh my gosh. That's not even how you spell Alyssa.
Okay, well, actually, I was named after my great grandma. Her name's Alice. My mom didn't want to call me Alice, so she put an SA at the end to make Alyssa. You get it now?
I feel so bad. I can pronounce Kalahi Kiola. I can pronounce Kahele Aulani. But
Who knew the English name would be hard?
it's not phonetically spelled correctly. That's why.
It is, because it's my name. It's spelled correctly.
Alicia. Where's the
No,
H? Alyssa. Holy smokes. It's only the fourth quarter. Okay, I got you. I'm going to say I'm very sorry that I've been pronouncing your name wrong because that's Horace.
Even after I told you to.
Hello. Sometimes I have kupuna moments, you know. But that doesn't mean you don't read.
Okay, that I didn't know the PDF was online. I didn't know.
I
would have read.
It was, and you didn't even look for it.
I didn't know. Usually they don't have books online. So just like,
Oh my
whatever.
gosh, they have almost every single book online.
They don't.
Yeah.
On Amazon, but I was about to pay for a book.
Try to type in To Kill a Mockingbird PDF.
I don't like
I think
that.
you can even look like the Help. I think even like the Glass Castle is on PDF.
Oh, I don't miss that book.
Okay, type, hurry.
Crazy white people. Finished already. Ow. Are you guys talking? Stop talking about me. Oh.
No, I'm talking about how I can't pronounce your name.
Yeah, and I can't hear because you're talking about me? Rude.
I feel really bad. I actually do have feelings, and I think it's really important to pronounce your name correctly because when I went to Colorado to play soccer, the announcers pronounced my last name all kinds of different ways, and I hated it. So I'm so sorry.
Here. It's been happening my whole life. It's fine. At this point, like every time I get a new teacher, all my friends we look at each other as because we all know my last name is Lee, and I always come up after a certain person, so we're always listening. And when they say my name wrong, we all look at each other and bust laugh. It's fun. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Oh my gosh.
I've used the bathroom again because I just downed a whole Gatorade.
All right, hello, welcome back. Welcome back to How to Pronounce Your Name Correctly. I'm your host, Miss Kabatu, who can't pronounce the easiest name correctly. Okay, are we ready? Where's Josh? Did he leave the room? It's gonna close, yeah. Alyssa, where did she go? Yeah. Okay. Where's Alyssa? I'm just gonna keep saying her name. Is there a song, Alyssa? No. It's clearly not Alicia. Okay. Kaheleolani, let's go ahead and answer number 1.
I said, I said in chapter 8, Ralph and his group build a new signifier near the beach rather than on the mountains, and to me this shows that Ralph continues to hope that they'll not be, I meant that they will, oh wait, no, that they'll not only be rescued, but that they won't succumb to further recklessness. And then I said, however, fires can also be unhinged and dangerous, leading me to believe that the fire represents Jack and his group's inner demons and their journey to becoming more and more uncivilized. And then I said, we see this when Jack and his group slaughter a pig, and Jack tells the boys, "This head is for the beast. It's a gift." So that's them like sacrificing the pig head to the beast.
Okay, very good. This is a pretty good answer. So I'm just trying to point some things out so next time we do a CER that you guys are on top of it. So Kaheleolani added the direct quote at the very end. Do you see that? This head is for the beast. It's a gift. You guys see where I'm talking about? Go exactly there, okay? And then she has the in-text citation, which is correct. And then she has the period at the end. Do you see that? That's where the period belongs. Some of you guys get fancy and put 2 periods. Some of you guys get fancier and don't put any periods. The period belongs there. Do you see it? After parentheses, 137 parentheses, period at the end, okay? That's where the period goes. Apparently, period is a saying, meaning, I don't know what it means, like, dang, I don't know, like, whatever, right? Anyway.
It's like
what?
A confident thing. Like you say, like when someone's looking at you, say period or yeah.
Oh, hey, okay, period. All right, so what needs to happen though is the follow-up, right? CER, so E, right, the evidence. This head is for the beast. It's a gift, right? Then you have the in-text citation. You gotta add, right? We gotta follow that up with a reason, right? And so Kaheleolani said the R, but she didn't type it in there. So go ahead and finish your response, right? You need to elaborate, right? That this is an example of what? right? The symbolism or the meaning behind the fire, something like that to close it out. Okay, next, let's go to number 2.
In chapter 8, the gift for the darkness was a pig's head in hopes that it would not bother them anymore. Simon finds the head and has a conversation with the pig before collapsing on the ground. The direct quote was, Simon was inside the mouth. He fell down and lost consciousness.
Okay, very good. So this is like the pinnacle of the whole beastie thing, right? Does the beast exist? Absolutely not. Okay. Even for you, Kalahikiola, it looks like you need to add the R right after the direct quote, right? Simon was inside the mouth. He fell down and lost consciousness, right? Therefore, what? Okay, got to finish that up. Okay, next. Alyssa and Caleb, go ahead and share out your response, please.
Hey, the question was how William Golding incorporates foreshadowing to lead to the end of chapter 9. And we said that he incorporates foreshadowing at the beginning of chapter 9 when he says, over the island, the buildup of clouds continued. A steady current of heated air rose all day from the mountain and was thrust to the 10,000 feet. Revolving masses of gas piled up the static until the air was ready to explode. So we said that it was hinting at the event at the end of the chapter where when Simon died, representing fear and commotion on the island.
Okay, very good. Yeah. That is a universal sign of foreshadowing, right? The storm, right? When you watch a movie and the clouds are rolling in, or there's thunder and lightning, right? Oh, something bad's gonna happen, right? There's a big difference from that and like the beginning where it was beautiful water, right? The little fish were glistening on shore, right? I mean, it's just a different feeling. So yes, the storm definitely is foreshadowing the horror of chapter 9. Okay, let's move on to number 4 because this is where we are at. Go ahead.
In chapter 9, Simon was the only one who realized that the beast was the boys' own guilt and fear. As the boys grew uncivilized, their fear for the beast grew larger, or the belief in the beast grew larger. Simon, who found the dead guy's body, realized that the beast isn't real and tries to tell the boys, but when they see him, he looks like a shadow, and they all jump to conclusions, killing him. They all chant, kill the beast, cut his throat, spill his blood, do him in, and they throw him onto the rocks and kill him, and they're to blame for his death.
So this is a very interesting part of the story because, as you guys know, one of the themes is civilization versus savagery, right? There's a very fine line, right? You think about just like if anybody were to hurt your family members, right? You would have to make a decision whether to remain civilized or to, act in the way that you would act if someone were to ever hurt your family, right? Would you just like, well, I guess I'm, going to do this, right? Or not, right? That's the decision you have to make. The question is, why didn't the boys notice that it was Simon? Who can speak to that? Why didn't the boys stop? Josh, do you know? Do you know why the boys didn't stop?
It was because they were too excited or something. Too far gone, maybe. I don't know.
Okay, what else? Okay, Leilani, what do you think?
I think it has something to do with like they were so caught up in like the killing, I guess, because they were doing that. I don't know, I forgot what they call it when they like someone acts as a pig, and they were like being very chaotic. That even like Ralph guys kind of got into it, I think. And then so when they saw him like coming from like the shadows, they were probably so riled up that they didn't even like think.
Right.
And they just attacked.
Right. Plus, again, there was the storm, right? It was dark. They were in what is called a frenzy, right? So it's that heightened state of emotion. Sometimes a frenzy will break out, like you'll see it happen like on ESPN when like the crowd charges the field or something like that, and then like an all-out brawl will come out. Like when the bench is clear and they're just like trying to punch whomever, right? Football games, it happens. They're punching each other's helmets. It's just like, it's ridiculous, right? The frenzy that these boys are in pushes them over the edge of between civilization and savagery, right? To the point where they don't even realize that the little pig is not a pig and it is Simon. Okay, to the point where even Piggy and Ralph are there and now is questioning, we were there, are we at fault as well, right? Quite interesting. Okay, so make sure that you guys understand that Simon, right, in the very beginning told Ralph and Piggy, you know what, let's just go, let's go like climb the mountain, right? Because he already knew that the beast was within them and it wasn't a real thing. Okay, and because it wasn't a real thing, Simon was like, yeah, let's just go climb the mountain, not a big deal. Besides, the beast within is much more scarier than some kind of monster coming to get them, right? Because the beast is within them, right? So he goes off, finds the Lord of the Flies, which is just a pig on the pig head on a stick. But he has this like surreal conversation with the pig on the stick, right? And it's so intense for Simon that he passes out, right? And now is dirty, bloody, and crawls out in the middle of this frenzy. And you guys know what happens to him at the end. Okay, so craziness, right? So tomorrow, or well, this week, what you're going to do is you're going to read chapters 10 through 12 all the way up to 200. Do not pass 200. Do not collect 200. Do not go past go. Anyway, why? Because we're going to read the last like several pages together in class next week. Okay, so we need that to happen. Okay, let's move on. Now what we have is this. This week you're going to be doing the breaking news assignment. I had to push that to this week because last week we had the George Helm video pop up. So all good. All right, let's move on. We are going to say farewell to Simon. Okay, so what I need you guys to do is go to the farewell Simon part of the module. Click on poem activity. We're going to write a poem to Simon, and I'm going to show you guys how to do this. It's pretty straightforward. What you're going to do, okay, is make a copy. Make sure people with the link can comment, and then give me a thumbs up when you're ready to go, because I'll start walking you guys through this. And we have just enough time to do like maybe 2 or 3 lines, 2 full lines. Okay, so give me a thumbs up when you're ready to go. Okay, good. Alyssa. Okay, so if you guys look, the numbers is the order. So if you look, we're gonna focus on nouns. So Everything we know about Simon, we're going to start relating it. Any person, place, thing, or idea. Okay, you're just gonna write it, you're gonna write it in each box. So go ahead and start typing in person, place, thing, or idea. Knowing that Simon is this type of person, what is he? Right, give him a noun that's related to him. Maybe even a place that's related to him. Right, we're paying tribute. So we're in the second column actually under nouns. Okay, anybody have a noun? Kaheleolani, did you come up with a noun?
Oh, I just put his name. I didn't think of a name.
Okay, we can just put his name. Let's put his name first. Okay, next. Line number, the second row, go ahead and type in where's his favorite place on the island?
The jungle.
Okay, perfect. Write that down. Either jungle or forest, right? What else? If we had to describe Simon as a person, what kind of person is he? Right? What does he possess within him that tells of what Simon is, right? So maybe even a concept, an idea, right? Is he, does he represent kindness, right? Is he conscientious, right? So is he a nurturer, right? So anyway, as you do this, okay, focusing on the nouns. Person, place, thing. Maybe you can just write in what? The Lord of the Flies. Go ahead and write that in one of the lines. Okay, you should be typing right now. Okay, any more nouns? Caleb, you have a noun?
No, but I have an adjective.
Okay, we're not doing that
Oh.
right now because you have to do the nouns first. So that you can do the adjective. That's the third thing we're gonna do. Yeah. Those are the numbers. You see at the top where it says number 1 nouns. We do the first thing we're gonna do is come up with all the nouns. Then the second thing we're gonna do is come up with all the verbs. Okay, there's a process to this because this kind of helps with helping people that maybe they don't write the best type of poems or whatever. This is a really easy way to do this. Okay. Hayden, do you have any nouns affiliated with Simon? Oh, perfect. Yeah, go ahead. Introvert. Nice. Right, he keeps to himself. That is a really good, I didn't even, oh, I want to steal that. Okay, introvert. What about you, Kalahikiola?
I don't have anything.
Noun, brother man, noun. A thing that represents him. Okay, do this, you guys. Start a new tab and type in thesaurus. Bring up the thesaurus.com because you will be able to look up something that you're thinking about and then it'll help you find better words. So with Simon, maybe type in, you can type in kindness. Yeah, type in thesaurus.com and type it in there, kindness. What pops up? Oh, look at that. humanity, solitude. These are some of the words that maybe we don't use very often. So that's what the thesaurus does. It exposes you to more words than the regular words we think of all the time. Grace, right? Gentleness, right? These are nouns. Patience, solitude. Okay, we good? What other word can you look up? Maybe wanderer. Oh, right there. Look, type in the word wanderer. That's a noun because it's a person who wanders around. Look at the words that pop up because of it. What word do you see that jumps out at you? Mom. I don't have a bum. Bum?
That's what it says.
Yeah, that's a wanderer, right? Like a vagabond or a nomad. A nomad is somebody who just travels around. Yeah. Roamer. Okay, very good. So I'm gonna just show you guys now. Okay, so let me just, I gotta talk you guys through this. So what I have here is just like my rough draft right here. So you're gonna come up with nouns. After you come up with some nouns, you go to the right where it says number 2 verbs. So what does the silence do, right? The silence, I don't know, sings. What am I doing here? I'm trying to alliterate a little bit, and meaning repeat the beginning parts of the word. Okay, silence sings, peace lives, speaker shares, wanderer explores. So these verbs, remember, they're actions. So make sure you pair it up with the same role. Okay, go ahead and do that. Gatekeeper protects, truth seeker searches. Okay, so give your nouns a something to do. If you need to use a thesaurus, go ahead and do that. And you gotta make sure, okay, like for example, after you're done with the nouns and the verbs, then move on to the adjectives. Remember, adjectives describe or modify the nouns, right? So colors, shapes, sizes, numbers, emotions, right? So we can say what? Calm silence, right? Calm silence gently sings within us all, right? Profound peace, right? What kind of speaker? I don't know yet, right? So this is you guys plugging in. Okay, look below the chart. Do you see right there below the chart? We have the poem starting to come up now. So what I did was I just pulled the words from each box. So you see how each row makes up a line? Okay, so I said, calming silence gently sings within us all. Okay, so as you guys do this, okay, the last thing you're gonna do after you add the adverbs, right, with the ly ending, they describe the verbs. The last thing you're going to do is the prepositional phrases, right? Where? The question is where? Prepositions, anywhere a rat can go, that's what prepositions are, right? Up the tree, under the tree, around the tree, through the tree. Okay, so if you're having a hard time with that, you can use maybe a conjunction or some kind of object. It doesn't matter, right? So we can say among the living, right? The speaker shares what? Narratives of something, right? So we have to figure this out. And I don't even like this one, so I might have to change that. Let's move on. What is he? He is a Eternal wanderer, gracefully exploring, I'm going to say exploring through the vines. Okay. Okay, so everybody see what we're doing here. This is called like a parts of speech poem. It's a pretty straightforward way to do this poem. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have you guys work on Farewell Simon. Okay, we're going to come back tomorrow. All of us are going to come back short for a quick check-in so that we can see how your poem is developing. Okay, after we're done with that, then you can choose another character to write about, right? I have a feeling Jack might be very popular. Okay, so you can choose another character to write about. Okay, go ahead and type at the top, maybe change the font to like a red or something and write 10 lines minimum. Okay, so you have to hit the 10 lines. Okay, everybody clear? Questions for tomorrow or questions for now? Can you do Membean tonight? Yeah, okay. If I were you, I'd do Membean tonight or something so that you can get that out of the way. And then when I meet you tomorrow, you can just focus on writing this poem and then you can read for the rest of the period. Pretty good, huh? Okay, and then the last thing that you guys have is basically breaking news, right? You're going to be reporting on chapters 10 and 11. So you got to dress up, okay? All right, guys, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye, Alyssa.